Hello and welcome back to Organic Cardboard. My name is Owen Kniep, and today I am very excited to get to play. Well, I don't need to bring this up because I do have that background, but to play Andromeda's Edge, and I'm going to be playing this solo. And man, I've really enjoyed this so far. This is not a review. I'll get to that probably here in the next week or two, but I just am excited anytime I get to get this game out on the table. And so today I'm going to be playing against the Unity. The Unity is this force that you're fighting against that is the solo automa, so to speak. They do have a little bit of flavor text because I am going to be playing against a specific Unity commander. So just the general flavor text for the Unity commanders, it says, many faces, one purpose, unity. The oppressive authority you have fled has followed you to Andromeda's edge. Multiple Unity leaders ranging in difficulty and tactics will face off against your faction in solo mode, or increase the risk in a multiplayer game by adding Unity into the mix. But we are not playing a multiplayer game, we are playing a solo game. And I am going to be playing against Sky. And Sky, their flavor text says, in a past age, Sky led a fighter squadron to quell a cyborg insurrection. Now a seasoned veteran, Sky has commanded a Unity flying fortress for longer than most of the crew has been alive. Nonetheless, the righteous fire of youth has never burned brighter in their remaining eye. So gender neutral, this is a they, and they're going with the strategy against this person. So they do give you a little bit of strategy when you're talking about that. And it just says that Sky is well balanced. Try to keep them from developing. Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. Unity, Sky is a level 1 commander, and I'm going to be playing, this is the first time I've played against them. Now, oddly enough, I should have kept the appendix out. I'm going to be playing the Plutonian Empire, and the Plutonian Empire is pretty cool. I've been looking forward to getting this out. I've played with a different one. This is like maybe the 5th time that I've played Andromeda's Edge, mostly solo. I've gotten to play it once live with an actual live person. And the Plutonian Empire, it says, watching the ticking of the doomsday clock, they know it is only a matter of time before their weapons of destruction finally extinguish the galaxy. So it says, it gives us a little bit of like clarification on some of the rules. I'll talk about those in a moment. Their strategy, and this is great about the appendix. It does give you a little idea, especially when you're first starting the game, some ideas for the strategy. And it says their strategy is to focus on science early and never skip a chance to sabotage. That's one of their special abilities. Keep the doomsday clock ticking at a steady pace to gain a huge mid-game bonuses. And once you have the doomsday device, you will be a constant threat. And so we'll pop over to the overhead. In fact, let's go ahead and pop over a little close-up here where we can actually see what we're talking about. So this is the Plutonian Empire. And I know it's, I don't want to zoom in too crazy because it's probably going to be hard to see. I'll tell you what, I might even be able to pop it in right over where I've got my dice tower here. And so we might be able to see a little bit of this. I know it's a little bit blurry. But what they're going to be doing is at the beginning of the turn, we're going to advance the doomsday clock 1 space. And then you may spend 1 resource to advance 1 additional space each time the clock marker reaches midnight. We're going to advance 3 spaces on 1 progress track of your choice. And then their sabotage abilities, after you return to station, you may pay 1 energy. And if you do, each opponent must damage 1 of their modules. And so what we're going to be doing, I know this is a little faded out in the screen here, but we're going to have a damage marker here that's not going to be damage, it's going to be a marker. And then it's going to sit on this clock, and this clock will move around. So you've got all the 12 spaces. And then once it goes all the way across to here, then we will get 3 movements up the main track. So now I'll give you like a kind of a quick brief rundown of what we're doing in Andromeda's Edge. You probably are already aware, if you're watching this video, what the game is about. So I'm not going to do like a full rules teach, but I'm going to talk in general about some of the stuff that we're going to be doing. So this is kind of a I would call Andromeda's Edge like a tableau building Euro game that is in the guise of a 4X game. It is re-implementing Dwellings of Eldervale, and you're doing a lot of the same mechanics, a lot of the same things are going on, except one of the biggest differences is that you have all of these modules up here. And those modules are going to go into your board. And so on Dwellings, you would do this thing, and it's the same thing here, where on your turn, you're either going to be placing a unit out onto the board and activating one of the sections, or you're going to be returning all of your placed units and bringing them back and placing them one at a time to activate each of these modules. So you've got these base modules that are always available for everybody at the beginning of the game, and then you have these ones that you're going to gain. They're going to shoot you up these tracks. Every time you gain one, you're going to go up these tracks one. This is where, like, I would say, like, the majority of the points come from just getting up these tracks. So they can get up to like 20 points on each of the tracks. And then there's other ways that you can get points. The blue modules in particular have a lot of stuff with them that are going to involve going up those tracks and I mean, not going up the tracks, but gaining points. So we'll be manipulating that as much as we can. My particular faction here, it tells you what they start with. So they start one on each of these tracks, up the supremacy track one, and then they're going to be up one on the science track. And then the unity over here, they are going to be up one on the civilization track. That's what they call this blue track here. And then they're also one up the industry track, which is this brown track. The industry is kind of where you're getting a lot of your resources from. The science track is where you get a lot of energy from. And then it has a special way that it activates to. The commerce track is going to get you a lot of just wild tokens that are the coins kind of credits, I think they call them. And then the blue track, as well as points, they're also going to be increasing your hand size, because your hand size starts at 5 and it can go up to 7 if you get all the way high up on that track. There's some other little things, like the commerce track's got some special spots. If you hit them, then you'll gain points for all the resources that you have left over. If you get up a second one higher up at the top there, then you'll gain 2 points for every one of your resources, which can be a huge scoring area in the game if you do go up that track. But I've played games too where you don't even go hardly up this track at all, so it's all optional, of course. There's some little bonuses that we'll hit as we go, but otherwise we're going to be kind of manipulating these 6 main placement spots on the board. I am playing with a couple of expansions here, so I do have, or I don't know if they're I can't remember. I know this part I think is part of the actual expansion, but otherwise I'm going to refer to these as modules that we're adding into the game, and so not to be confused with these modules. So I do have the Void Drake, and so there's a special place here called the Nether Void, and they're going to kind of manipulate you and get you sucked into the Nether Void. But otherwise, the Nether Void's kind of like a gambling spot where you can gain one of 6 different kinds of benefits. You'll roll die when you land in those. But then we have all of the other base spots that are going to involve things like trading out any resources for cards, tactics cards. Those take place. Those take the place of the I think they're called spell cards, maybe, in Dwellings of Eldervale. And then you got one where you just change out any 2 resources for 2 credits. You've got one here where you're going to be developing, so you're going to be putting buildings down instead of Dwellings of Eldervale, where you're really centered around putting out your workers and turning them into little houses. Then this one, we're going to be making, in a similar way, we're going to lose our transport ships when we do this action, but we're going to gain a benefit from the particular building that we put down that's going to be based off of what planet that we're going to when we're placing those buildings down. And then the shipyard will allow you to build a new ship. And it also, you could optionally, instead, you could just take 1 repair action when you go there. But the 2 big ones the two main ones are these two here. And that's going to include the Maximus field and the Odessa field. And that's where you gain your modules at. You'll get 2 of them when you go there. You have to pay for them. They do have the requirements. And so these modules are taking place of those, like, I don't remember what they call those, like artifacts or something that you gain from Dwellings of Eldervale, but they're the cards that had the special abilities, and then they have costs associated with them, similar to how Dwellings did. But otherwise, we're just going to be playing turns back and forth until we hit 50 inside game points. There are extended versions of the game where you can play to 60 or 70, but we're just going to play the standard 50 short game. And so as soon as somebody hits this marker or goes over it during the game, then both players will get 1 more turn, including the person who triggered that. And then the other big difference in this game too is that we've got these event cards that show up. And so whenever we see these symbols that are going to show up on the Maximus field and the Odessa field and in other places as well, you'll see some showing up on the those little caution symbols that show up all over the progress tracks there. That will move this marker up 1, and then once it gets all the way to the end and lands off to the side, then we'll go through an event. The events are going to include gaining a new planet that's going to come out that we could then potentially put developments on, and it'll also have some special effect. Since we are playing with this expansion that has the Void Drake, they do want you to put this particular set of cards in there as well. And then there's, like, I don't know, 1 card that has a specific thing that talks about how Unity acts, but otherwise I guess it's self-explanatory. And these can be good, they can be bad. Like, half of them are good, half of them are bad. And they all of these refer to spaces that if you're close to here, I think most all of them do refer to you having ships that are near the Nether Void, which is always in this location. Everything else is randomized. But yeah, so I think we're gonna go ahead from there, and we're not gonna really teach anymore, but we're just gonna go into the game itself. Oh, I will mention too that I do have. This is the other thing that's different with Dwellings, is that we've got raiders instead of monsters. These raiders will also come out from this event deck. It'll tell you where they come out. We have the Void Drake starts on the board, and then we've got 2 little basic ones here as well. These little S-class ones, which are, like, I guess, starting class ones, starting raiders. And so they'll kind of get in our way or give us benefits if we fight them and we beat them. So they're going to be there, and these guys have, these particular ones have a range of 2. These are the slashers. And so when we place down in a section, as long as they have range, we can choose to have either that one attack us, or if it's in the same range as another one, we can have another one attack us. And I will say that the S-class characters are the only ones that can move in together and like kind of join the battle together with each other, but they can't join in with other raiders, only with the S-classes. Okay. So, so I'm looking at what we have here on the board. All right, and so looking at what we have here, this is one of the first things that you'll tend to do in the game is you'll go somewhere where you can gain some modules at. I have only, let's see, I have these resources right now. So I've got 2 energy. This is what I started with. This is on the back of the card here that tells you what all your starting resources are. In fact, let me go ahead and put that little damage counter there too before I forget. And that actually does move up 1. And at the beginning of my turn, I could spend 1 additional energy in order to, or I mean, 1 additional anything in order to move this up and 1 more time. And I think I need to keep taking advantage of this as much as possible. I'm going to go ahead and spend an energy to move that up a 2nd time. So we're at 3 o'clock on the doomsday clock right now. Okay, so I've got 2 titanium, and I've got 2 of these nanocarbon. And so if we go back over then to where we can see where I can spend this stuff, man, there's some really good stuff on the board right now, and these are the 2 directions I'm looking at. If I gain 2 of these brown ones, these industry modules. I'll move up twice on this industry track. If I hit that particular one right there, that symbol means that I get to do an upgrade. And when we look at the player board area, I've got them kind of off just to the side here. But these are all upgraded ships that have special abilities beyond what the base ones are. So they've got like base abilities here. And then if we slot one of those in, if we upgrade, then I immediately gain that and I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to pay to build it. And then I do have a really good big ship here too. That has just a lot of good abilities with it, and it's pretty strong. I do kind of want to get that out. So going again back over to the close-up here of the board, we've got, I could potentially buy these 2. However, if you see here, it costs, this is 2 titanium. This is a titanium and any resource. I've only got 2 titanium total. I would need to get credits or I would need to gain additional titanium. And I don't see any immediate ones to grab on the board easily. And the other thing that I would really like to get to is this particular blue module. This looks really good. And it and this one, if I activate it on a return step, then I can get rid of any resource to move up 1 step on the science track. And this is really good too. This gives you a point, a credit, and everybody gets a nanocarbon. With the solo opponent, if they get a resource, they just gain a card, and those become points for them potentially at the end of the game if they go up the commerce track. So if we look at the Unity players board, I didn't really explain this because I didn't want to go too in depth on a teach on this video. But these are all the actions that Unity can do right now. So we know the potential things that they're going to go for. We roll a die when it's their turn, and it's going to, if it's a 1, 2, or 3, it's this top one, 5, 4, or 5, it's the middle one, it's the 6, it's the bottom one. And the 2 that are showing up down here happen to be the 2 spots that gain modules. So they do not do that. They, if they go to one of these spaces, they will move up the event track because they do have that caution symbol. But they, I forgot to put this over here, they have a little marker here, and it'll move once for every step up that track, which also means they'll come up and they'll take that blue module. However, I think safely enough for my strategy right now is that I think I want to just go over here and get some credits. So I'm going to exchange things for credits. That way I'll potentially, if I don't die from going over here because this raider is going to attack me, then I will potentially be able to go here. If I do die, it's okay because your first turn, when you first place a piece out on the board, you can place it anywhere. Everything else after that has to be adjacent to the one that's on one of them that's on the board. But if you don't have one on the board, then you get free reign again. Just like on dwellings, it's the same thing. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my 3 starting transports and I'll place it on the trade hub. Now there are these little pegs here. You may not be able to see them really well. There's a pink, purple, and a white. The white ones are the Unity ones, and the pink, purple ones are, of course, mine, matching my color here. Those are leaders, and you will need leaders to slot into buildings when you build them. That's a free action to pick them up. There's no reason to not pick one of yours up when you pass it. For the most part, it's a rare occurrence that you might want to develop before you pick one up. Because when you develop, you get points based off of how many leaders it took to build your building. And if there are any leaders on that space or surrounding spaces, you get to count those as well. So if this was a planet that I could build on, it could give me a bunch of points, up to 10. They don't let you go over 10, but it'd be rare to get 10. I do have 2 up here in this special nebula space that you have to have a special ship to be able to get to it. You have to have, it has this voyage ability. Otherwise, these are inaccessible. I didn't mention too, though, I am playing with one more module where I've got the 2 different types of nebula moons. So I've got the pink ones out here too, which do have one special effect. where there's a little symbol. I know you're not going to be able to see it from the top here, but there's a little symbol on some of these that are called relics. And if you gain up to 5 of them, they'll give you 20 points, but they go exponentially. I think they start like 2 and then they go up to like 5 and 10 or something like that. So they get really big the more of them you have. There is at least 1 on each of the module stacks as well. Okay, but let's finish the turn. I went here, I picked up my leader, and now I need to get rid of 2 resources. I do have 3 starting tactics cards, and I have to decide if I want to get rid of any of them. They're all pretty decent. And I really like all of these quite a bit. So I really don't want to get rid of these. So what I'm going to get rid of is, and this may come back to bite me, but I'm going to get rid of 1 energy and 1 nanocarbon. So we're going to toss those back in, and we're going to get 2 credits. Now, as I toss everything into my titanium here, so now what's going to happen is this raider over here does have a range of 2. We look for a raider strike. And so anybody that's within range can come in. The Void Drake only has a range of 1, so we're not going to worry about him right now. So this guy's going to go whoo and come over and attack me. So now we're going to go into combat, and combat is just like dwellings. You'll roll dice according to the ships that you have. So all these little starting transports just have 1 die. And then your raiders will be different. The slashers, they do come in with 2 die. And if we beat them, we'll get a titanium. So it's not likely that I'll beat them, but maybe. It's 1 against 2. And when we roll those die, what we look for is who's got the highest number. It doesn't matter how many die are being rolled and how many high numbers there are. It's just whoever is that very highest. So the highest number, we're rolling on a d6. If it's a 6 on both of ours, then they win because their next one is going to beat my nothing that I have for my second die. But if I get a 6 and they get like a 5 and then a 4, I will still win because it's just whoever's got the highest die. So what we'll do then is I've got a screen here that's going to show the die roll. I'm going to pick up 2 of the Raider die and 1 of my pink die over here. I'm going to roll those up and we'll see what we get. And that's a big loss. So yeah, we've got they've got a 6, so we don't have to even worry about any rest of it. So then what's going to happen is the ship that I had over here will go over into the scrapyard. It's okay. You win some, you lose some. However, I do get a benefit, and the benefit is everybody has the same benefit as the tactical. They call it tactical operations. So when you lose a battle, you gain something. You can slot a moon into here potentially. That's the same thing as the dwellings little resource chits that you find on the board, but these are moons, they call them, and you could slot that in and get that effect instead, but obviously we don't have one, so we're going to gain 1 more of these tactics cards. And my particular tactics card says, well, that's not really a good close-up. Let's put it on the dice tower over here. Maybe we can see it. Yeah, I see it well enough. So you play on your turn when you're not in battle, shuffle the tactics discard pile and draw 2 cards from it. Return the rest to the discard pile. So we do not have anything in the discard pile right now, so we're not going to worry about that. So now we're going to go over to the Unity player's turn, and we're going to see what they are going to do. So we're going to take 1 of their die, and we'll just roll it out over here, and that's a 5. So they are going to be taking up one of those spaces for the Dessa field. So I'm going to move this over here so I don't forget to remove it, because it's very easy to forget that. And they're going to take their first ship that's in that row, and they're going to go over to the Odessa field. So the Odessa field is going to, well, we're going to move the event tracker up one for that. And then they will pick up their leader. So they always do that. And then this little marker over here is going to move up one. And unfortunately, they're going to take that really good blue tile right here. And for them, I am going to set out these along their track, but they don't activate these. We just need to know what they have, I guess. But otherwise, he's just going to take that, and that's going to be that. These are going to move down, and then we'll put another one out. Okay. And so this one gives 2 victory points for each civilization module that you have, up to 10. This one you can trade out a tactics card for a movement up. That's a really good one too. Trade a tactics card for a movement up one of the tracks. And then this one is giving you a similar benefit to the top one, only it's referring to industry tiles. So that's what's on the board right now. I will mention too, some of these come with damage on them that you have to heal before you activate them. It's great when the solo opponent takes those, because it does get in their way. But otherwise, that's all we're dealing with. So so now I cannot go to the Odessa field because they have kind of like taken that over. I have to have a special unit similar to dwellings. There's like a warrior, I think is what they call it. There's a fighter that you can get if you build it, and you can launch it straight into spots like this. It has a special ability on it. And actually my Doomsday device, this is the special, again, this is the special for the faction that I'm using. It does also have that ability, whereas the regular, I don't know what they call these big ships, heavy cruiser, I guess is what they call them. This regular, even this upgraded one, does not have that ability to jump in, but my Doomsday device does, and it does look like a nice time to go ahead and maybe take advantage of that. However, I'm probably going to lose another character doing this, but that's okay. I think it's more important for me to go ahead and take advantage of getting over to the Maximus field. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to hop in right here. All right. So the event marker is going to move up one more time. And if this ever triggers, we do the event immediately, but it's not triggering just yet. I will pick up my leader. That's my free action. Oh, I don't want to forget that it is the beginning of my turn, so I can move the Doomsday clock up one. I really do want to spend a resource if I can every time it's my turn. So I am going to actually spend this tactics card. Yes, I think I will spend this tactics card as my resource. So tactics cards are just like on dwellings. I think they're the same way. You can use these as random cards. So we'll just slot it. We'll just put it in sideways up there to show the discard pile. So that's going to let me get all the way up to 5 on the Doomsday clock. I think we need to keep that going. And I want to purchase 2 brown tiles, because again, if I purchase 2 brown tiles, then I can get all the way up there and get that reward for moving my pink marker up twice. So the 2 that I'm going to purchase are these 2 cheaper ones, which do look like the better ones either way. And it doesn't matter where I slot these in at, because I can move them at any time that I want to. But it is going to cost me 3 titanium and 1 random resource. Well, if we go back over to my player board area, then I've got credits. I'll spend at least, at the very least, I have to spend 1 credit, right? And I could spend my nanocarbon as my other random resource, which I kind of think I'm going to do. So we'll spend those 2. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the butt by not going up the science track right away, but I think it's going to be good just getting the 2 movements up that brown track so I can get my doomsday device out. And we'll just slot them in right there for right now. They can, again, I can reorder those as I need to. And we're going to move up twice. Whoops. Let's put that guy back. We're going to move up twice here. So 1, 2. And then now as I'm doing this upgrade, I will take my bigger doomsday device here. This one's nice because it does come with 5 die whenever you roll against it. This one only has 4, but it has some other good effects as well. So I'll slot that in. And now I can put this out here, ready to be out on the board. And now there's a lot of little steps here. In fact, one moment, I'm going to go ahead and just make a zoom cam so we can see this board a little closer. All right, so we went over to Maximus Field, and this Raider is within range. He is going to attack again. Now, I am tempted. I do have some cards that I could play during battle. I'm not really sure if it's better for me to hang on to these for resources still, but they do move me up tracks, and I can play this particular one when Raiders have won a battle to advance 1 space up the supremacy track. And this one lets me just end the battle as a diplomacy. This is you can only play 1 of these cards down. And like everybody gets the opportunity to place 1. Oh, in fact, I just realized I forgot to do the battle for the Unity player earlier. So this was right here from where I went, and Unity had 2 people basically like that. It was coming in his direction. This one has a range of 2, and this Void Drake has a range of 2. I get to choose which one as the, playing the solo game here, which one's going to come in. Pretend this guy isn't here, and we'll just resolve this battle real quick. So if I have the Void Drake come in here, they actually won't fight because the Void Drake has a special ability where when he moves in, he moves one of your ships into the Nether Void, so it kind of like ends the battle immediately. And, I might have an opportunity to get into the Nether Void once before the end of this. So I think I'm just going to let him take his chances. He may defeat this guy, and then we won't have to really worry about battle at all if that happens. But let's see what happens. Now, I could move. Well, no, I'm sorry. If I was still here, if I had actually been here, I could move in. But we're kind of backtracking and resolving an old battle. So let's do this real quick. And let's see. I've got a dice tray over here. We'll roll. It's just 1 for the. It's the same battle that I did earlier. And actually, the solo opponent did get a 6, so they're going to win. So what's going to happen is they're going to they're going to defeat this guy. And so he's off the board. He does have a reward. I won't worry about zooming this in. He does have a reward for 1 titanium. So the solo opponent just gets, they just get 1 tactics card, and that just stays face down over in their area over here. I'll just put it right here as I'm reaching all over the place in this game. They were supposed to also draw 1 of these, and it's real easy to forget all these rules. I'll probably do a lot better just from doing this video. They were supposed to draw a tactics card. Their particular one did not have any effect, so they have a special set of tactics cards that they use. That particular one didn't do anything, so it didn't matter anyways. But so he got his reward, and then he also is going to move up the track over here. Sorry, I'm getting used to moving all these camera angles around. So he's going to be 1 up the supremacy track when that happens. So now we'll go back over to me, and now I don't think I have any battles that have to happen from my turn because they don't automatically jump in. The Void Drake can't reach me. So we're just gonna stay put as it is. I can move into here on my next turn if I want to and start a battle, but I'm probably not going to do that. we'll see. We'll see what I'm going to do next. It's probably going to be taking us credit, but we're backtracking. So my turn had finished, and now we're going over to the solo opponent's play again. So we did not flip this card over yet. Should probably have been smart to do. One other thing that as I'm doing this playthrough and I'm forgetting stuff, let's see, let me go back over here. Let's go over here. I am supposed to keep this little Unity probe following me around, this little miniature. So it's just like a little probe, like the thing from Halo or something. And it's following me around and keeping an eye on me because a lot of their cards are based off of where this is at. So I didn't do that on the first turn. It didn't matter because he went to the Odessa field. He was going to go there anyways, regardless of where this was at. So now going back over, I'm going to get used to doing these camera angles in a moment. Going back over here, now he's got the, the Maximus field is already loaded up, and that is in the 2 stack. He is just working those tracks. But first we're going to roll a die for him. I ought to just keep one over here to roll. He's going for 3. Okay, so he's going to look where the Unity probe is at, and he's going to place his to the left if he can. So if we go back over here, then Unity probe is in a spot where he cannot go over. So unfortunately, this guy is just probably going to die. So this is going to hop in right here. And then he is going to take the effect of placing at the Maximus field, but he does not do what we do. He just moves up that little wheel again. So he's going to go up here. He's going to grab the lowest cost brown one, and he's going to do a repair if he can. He doesn't have anything to repair right now, but let's see, so he is coming up over here, and he wants to take the lowest cost brown one, which is this one, because I forgot to bring these down. And he's going to take this one right here. So he's just going to pick that up. We'll go ahead and plop it in his spot. And then he's going to move up this track one more time. And his effect, when he gets the ship upgrade, is he gets an upgrade token. So he's going to take one of these tokens from the top here, and we'll see what it is. So he gets a +1 to his targeting, which I have not explained. But, well, then we'll just set that right here. So we'll have to try to remember that. But targeting, the way that works is that basically when you get in a battle and you've got ships on the board, each one of them will have a targeting value of 1 naturally. And then if you have like upgraded ones, they may have additional targeting. And the way targeting works is that you add up your targeting value. So if you only have 1 ship, it's only 1, it doesn't do anything for you. But if you have like 2 or more, what it means is that when you're rolling dice, you cannot roll lower than what your targeting value is. So you keep re-rolling dice until you get at least to your targeting value. So if you have a 2, then you'll never roll 1s. You just keep re-rolling the 1s until you get something higher. You could have a max of targeting of 5, I believe. And then, so that means you're re-rolling all that stuff below the 5s. So that's really nice if you can make that work for you. So so he took that brown tile and he got his upgrade of that extra targeting. So he's doing pretty darn good right now. So now I have to decide. I do have the big guy here, and he could pop in somewhere. Oh, we didn't actually finish the battle, so let's do that too. So, so now he's fighting him. He will move his other people in. There's no raider strike because the raider can't reach over here, but he is going to move this guy in over here. So now I have a choice because I do have a diplomacy card, and I could surrender the battle. This is the surrender card, and then the battle ends, so nothing happens, but I would advance one on the civilization track. I think it probably wouldn't be terrible time for me to go ahead and do that. I think I probably want to go ahead and take advantage of that. So I'll play this down. He's going to play one of his cards as well. And his is exposed weakness. After the battle dice are rolled, this card counts as an additional result of a 6 for unity. So it's a great time for me to go ahead and use the surrender card. So because I'm surrendering, I get to go up 1 on this track. And he does not go up on the supremacy track as far as I am aware of how this game plays. So we'll put this in the discard at that point. And now is my turn again. What am I going to do? Well, one thing I'm going to do before I forget is I'm going to move this card down and put a new one out. So now we know he's targeting the Maximus field twice. He's likely to go to Maximus field at some point. Otherwise, he's going to move up and to the right of where the Unity probe is at. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so so I have an option. What I could do is I could just go straight over where the Void Drake's at, and still a good chance of losing my ship. I would have a decent shot. It would be 4 die against 5. The Void Drake does come with +1 targeting. If I go somewhere that's close to here, then nothing's going to happen. If I go to like one of these 2 spots. The good thing about going to the Nether Void is I would get to take advantage of that spot first, and I get to roll as many die as my ship would naturally roll. So I would roll 4 die because the ship has 4 die with it, and then I get to pick from those 4 die which one of these takes effect. I kind of think it's worth taking advantage of that while I can, because I've only got one good opportunity to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, it means this guy is just going to zoom over to me. These only have a range of 1, so he's not going to, but that one's going to come over and fight with me. Let's just do it anyways. So we're going to go in over here, and we're going to roll 4 die. So let's see what I get over here. Okay, it's 2 1s, a 2, and a 4. I was really hoping for something a little higher than that. It's not the best. So going back over, we can look and see. I can either get 3 energy, I could get 2 tactics cards, or I could get a movement up the track. I'm going to take a movement up the track, because if I get up the supremacy track, then I could potentially get, I think I've got a way in order. Oh, that's tempting. If I go up the supremacy track, I could potentially get that extra bonus token before the other guy gets it. 3 energy would not be terrible to have either, because I can also spend energy in battle to add extra die if I really want to win that battle. You know, maybe I should just take the energy and just suffer it. Going up the supremacy track would be great. This might not be the best decision, but I'm going to take the 3 energy. So we'll go over here, we'll get 3 energy cubes, and then we'll go into some battling. So let's bring it back. And we're going to move, this ship can just zoom as far as it wants to. My ship, I have to spend energy to zoom it over places. It's got like a special ability here. You spend energy and you get to, I can't remember what they call that, but you just get to like kind of teleport over to that spot. So he's going to come in here, and then we're going to battle this guy. We don't even worry about this one here because he can't move into this spot. But we're going to fight the Void Drake at this point. Okay, so I have 4 die. The Void Drake, you can't see it very well over here, but he comes with 5 die. If we beat him, we'll also get a movement up the science track, so it'd be a good time to kind of maybe go all out. The Unity player's ship has 3 die with his. They also have shielding. That's what this little blue symbol is that you probably can't see very well. Mine does as well. It means that they can take damage once and their ship won't actually disappear. But let's see. So it'll be pretty good though, the fact that that ship's not going to go away, because then I'll be able to return them back potentially later and actually be able to do stuff with them. So we're going to roll 3 die for him. We're going to roll 5 die for him, and then I will spend 2 energy in order to roll 2 more die. So before I forget, let's go ahead and spend the 2 energy. And I do have +1 targeting with this ship too, so I actually have a targeting value of 2. The Void Drake does as well. So he's going to roll 5, and then 3 for the Unity player. One of them did not land in there. Okay. I'll re-roll the other one in a moment because I need to pull some of these out. We've got a 6. Let's see, I can probably put them right here. So we've got a 6. We've got 2 4s. I get to re-roll my 1s, and this isn't a 1, this is a 2, which is my targeting value, so I don't get to re-roll that one. I've got 1 more in hand that popped out that I'm going to re-roll. Unity got a 6, 2 4s, and it's going to re-roll its 2 1s. And then, I'm sorry, not Unity, the Raiders did. The Unity got a 5 and 2 3s. They're not going to be re-rolling anything. They are going to lose this battle. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see what happens. And unfortunately, it looks like the Raiders got 2 6s, so we won't even worry about the rest of those die. That's not fun. All right, so let's see. I do have the Dark Alliance ability, so play when Raiders have won a battle. So even though I won against Unity, I don't get to win. I don't get to go up the track naturally. But they won the battle. I'm going to go ahead and play this, so it at least moves me up the that track as well. Okay, so this is going to go in over here. I'm going to move up 1. This is going to move the event marker up 1 more, so it's 1 away from activating. And both of our ships are going to take 1 damage. And I did forget, I know I'm gonna forget this. I did forget to move this up 1. I'm not gonna spend my credit though to have moved it up twice. I know I'm gonna forget that because this is the first time I've played against or played with the Plutonian Empire. Okay, so otherwise these ships stay here because they did have shielding, so they can absorb 1 damage. Now we're gonna go over to Unity. And we'll roll one of Unity's die. It's a 2. So he's gonna, I forgot to move the Unity marker up. I'll go ahead and put it in the Nether Void now. And he's gonna put out this ship, and he wants to put it right here. So this is gonna go off. So if we go over here, they want to go up in this nebula. They can never go into nebulas because none of the Unity ships have voyage. So he's going to place down actually in the same spot right over here with everybody else. Now, as far as I can tell in the rules, all I can tell is that I think this does the same thing as an alliance base, even though this is not like a normal alliance base. But it only gives you the directions for whether it's like a planet for them or whether it's an alliance base. And so, as far as I'm aware, he's going to just move up his little track again, and he will. Very first thing he's going to do is he's going to move the event tracker up. So let's do that first. So the event track is going to go up one. And then we are going to get a card here. Let's see what it does. So this is power infusion. And so first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at well, I guess the very first thing we're supposed to do before I forget is we need to put out a planet. So this is an ice world. It is going to come with these moons. So it's going to have an ice available to take. And then we're going to look at this track. So it's the civilization track. We're going to get the number of points minus the number of damaged modules. Neither of us have damaged modules. We're both at 6. So we're going to move up this track 6 movement. So he'll be at 7 and I'll be at, I'm sorry, he'll be at 8 and I'll be at 7 because I start on 1 and he starts on 2 as the second player. And the other special effect is it's a little hard to see. Maybe I can just toss this in on the dice tower spot here where we can actually see this. So it's going to bring out the a C-class raider, and then each player with at least 1 ship within range 1 of the Nether Void advances 1 space on the supremacy track. That's excellent because I do get to take advantage of this special token over here. So we're both going to go up 1. We don't worry about this advancing again because we're in the middle of an event right now. I'm going to go ahead and take this. When I spend it, I'll get 2 points and 2 credits. I'll just hang on to it for now. I'll probably spend it very shortly. And then we need to get out a C-class raider. So the C's, let's see. The C is actually the Void Drake. And so since it's already out, we're going to take an S-class raider out. And the way these work is we'll roll a die. It's going to go to the number 4 nebula, right with the other one. Okay. So then we go over here and we look, and it's got one other symbol. It's a moon symbol. It's going to take a nebula moon. So he's going to take the closest, the furthest one over here, and we can choose at this point. There's 2 different ones he could take. I'm going to let him take the one that gives 2 rocks, because maybe that's not as important. But he'll just pop it in over here, and it'll become points for him at the end. But we are going to go into battle again. Now, I've got my 1 ship still there. He's got his 2 ships. This one's giving 3, the other one gives 1, so he would have 4 die, and the raider's going to be attacking us as well. Unfortunately, I do not have other great cards to use that could help me. But I do have 1 energy to spend, and I think I'm going to take the chance, and I'm going to spend 1 more energy along with that. So let's go over where we can actually see what we're rolling. So let's pull all these die out of the way. And let's give him 4 die and 5 die for the raider. Before I forget, I'll spend my energy so I can have 5 die in the battle as well. Maybe we'll get what we're lucky. We do still have the targeting value. Oh boy, let's see what happens. Okay, so I can see I've got 1-6. I can see the Raiders have 1-6 already. I've got 2 5s, which is okay, except the Raider also has another 6. Pretty much Unity is just out of the battle. They're going to lose this one, which is good because they're going to lose their ships. But now I get to re-roll 1, and it's 1 shot at a 6. These don't really matter. I'm not going to worry about putting those in order. The Raider is done. Let's see if I can get any 6s. Oh, so close. Okay. So I do still lose that battle, unfortunately. But I do draw a tactics card. In fact, I believe I forgot to draw a tactics card from that last battle, so I'm going to go ahead and draw 2. Unity also, before I forget, they were supposed to play one of their tactics. Homing torpedoes, Unity gains 1d6 and 2 targeting for this battle. Wow, 1d6. Okay, so they're going to re-roll. So he has a targeting of 2 right now. And he has +2 targeting. So he actually gets to re-roll all of his 3s plus 1 additional die. Maybe they're still going to win. Maybe they're still going to win. So he gets to roll his 2 again and 1 other die. They're not going to win. Well, hang on. We do get 1 more. Okay. If that was a win, I would have been so frustrated with him. So he did not win that one. We did still stay within, yeah, we stayed within the targeting. Okay. So I drew my extra tactics card. I drew the one from losing before. Now, unfortunately, all of our ships are destroyed. So everything is, because we finished off our shields. These are now all in the scrapyard. And they get I forgot to also well, no, they do not gain any bonuses for losing, so we don't have to worry about the fact that they lost. But everybody's in the scrapyard now. And that was Unity's turn. So we are going to have one more potential turn that we do before we have to return back to base. What can I do? I can only go around where my other one is at. And it probably wouldn't be a bad time for me to go ahead and take a moon before we start using some of this stuff up. Because if I take this, then I can slot it in. This is a credit, and I could gain an extra credit when I'm doing my actions here in a bit. So I think I want to go over here. So I'll put my little ship and over in this section right here. I'm not in range of any Raider strikes, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I'll take this little guy, and then I'll just pop him in right here for right now, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with that in a moment. Okay, so let's go back over to Unity, and let's flip over his card. I did forget I'm going to go ahead and reset the event tracker now, because we're definitely going to move the tracker up because he's doing one of these 3 things. So he is going to 4. He's going to Maximus Field. He's going to take this fighter ship, and he is going to place it over into Maximus Field. Unfortunately, right with my other ship, which I hate. I hate that. He's going it over here. He's going to move his little tracker up again, and he's going to do a repair action. So he is actually going to repair one of his ships. It doesn't really matter which one. And he is also, even before that, he's taking one of the green tracker things or whatever up here, so modules. So he's going to take this one. This does come with damage. So he actually, I got to double check and see if he takes the damage off of that, or he removes it off of his ship first, because the way this slots in over here is he has to take a damage token with it. In fact, let's go ahead and just put the one from his ship that's already in the shipyard, because that's going to come back to him anyways. So he does have damage on a module now. And before I completely forget to, I will go ahead and move him up this track. And we're going to also have 2 movements up this track during this whole action. So I'm going to double check real quick. And he does actually repair this module instead, because he gained that. The way I'm reading this is he does this action first and then does that. So he would repair this module instead of his ship over here. So we'll move that ship back, and that'll be his most of his turn, except now we're going to end up having to contend with him on the battlefield. So I could just let him fight me. He's going to have, he has 2 die with this and 1 die with that. I could move my other ship in there for 2 against 3. That's low odds. That's really risky. Before I forget, let's go ahead and give him this as well. So he would have picked up his leader. It's a lot of little things to pay attention to, especially when you're producing the video at the same time. I also forgot to flip this over after I took it. So he'd have 3 against 2, and we'd both have a targeting of 2. That's so chancy. So I go back to my tactics cards that I haven't read yet. And nothing is really helping me. I've got one that would let me move a ship from my launch bay to any planet, but this is not a launch, and I don't have anything in my launch bay anyways. So I really have to decide, do I want to lose the one or possibly both of them? If I lose both of them, I will have nothing to place on my board for later. Now I could spend my 1 credit as a wild resource. No, actually the credit cannot be energy, so I can't spend that as to help me out right now. So I have to decide 1 against 3 or 2 against 3. Man, that's really a tough gamble, because if I don't have at least 1 to put on the board, I'm gonna be screwed. I think I'm just gonna eat it and allow him to just defeat me. I think that's all I can really do at this point. So so let's go over and see what's going to happen. He's going to roll 3 of his unity die against my 1. Oh, this is really painful that I'm not going to get to take advantage of this, but I'm more scared about not having a ship to bring back, because it's my only ship, is it not? Yeah, it's my only other ship. Okay. Wow, I should have just gone for it. Dang it. He does still beat me. He got a 6. If he hadn't got that 6, I'd have actually won that battle. So I unfortunately lose this guy to here. He does go up the supremacy track. I do at least gain a tactics card, which is nice. I could even, if I wanted to, I could slot that moon in and immediately gain a credit. I think I'm going to keep the moon for right now. And I believe, I'm going to double check, I believe he gets 2 points. Yeah, so he definitely will gain the 2 points. So he's going to move up here twice as well. That's because he hit this little 2-point marker right here. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we're going to do the first return action now. So I have 1 single solitary ship that is not damaged. In fact, let me go ahead and No, I'll just leave it here. I've got 3 other ships that are damaged right now. So if I place this here, I can repair one of my ships, and I will do that. So I'll have an additional one. Now, if I place here, I'll get 2 energy. I need that in order to do extra actions out here on the board, because you can spend energy just like you do your ships to activate these modules, but you have to have at least 1 ship in the row somewhere in order to do that. So now I have to decide for certain where I'm going to place this moon at. Because once it's placed, I'm probably not going to be able to move these. I said we can move these modules anytime, and you can. But if you have a moon slotted in and you move them in a way that breaks those, then you lose the moon and you don't get to gain that effect. Otherwise, if a moon's placed there and I activate both regions on either side of it, then I also get to gain the effect of the moon. That's why I wanted to hang on to that earlier. So I'm probably going to be doing repairs pretty frequently. So I'm probably just going to keep that there. And if I put it here, then I know that I'm going to be proccing these 2 things regularly. It'd be great to have one here because I get a point with it. Yeah, geez, that's tough. I will also want to get more of that titanium resource regularly as well. And I know I'm going to be able to do that all right now as I go. So, oh, that's difficult. I think I'll go ahead and slot it in so I don't forget about that 1 point. So I'm going to go ahead and bump myself up to 8. So now that that's there, I need to repair another ship. So everybody gets a repair, and I get 2 points with this one. So now up to 10 along with Unity. And he gets a free repair, which unfortunately means he is going to repair one of his ships. So I've got So I've got an extra ship to place. I'm probably going to go ahead and take advantage of this extra credit. So we'll go here. We'll get a credit. And then I'll spend my last energy over here, and this will gain me 2 titanium and a point. And then he'll also gain a titanium, which means that he just gets a card. So let's go ahead and give myself 2 titanium. I'll go up to 11 points, and then he will get 1 additional card in his playing area here that'll just kind of hang out in a pile. All right. So now what's going to happen is my other ship will also become repaired, and the damage marker does go off when these are repaired, and all of these are going to come away. Oh, I did not get the extra credit too from activating both of those. Let's go ahead and do that. And this will come in over here. So now I've got the 3 ships. The 4 of these 2 energy are going to go away. All right, so now it is Unity's turn again. I did forget to take off this card here, so we will replenish that. And I also forgot to move the Unity tracker. Had gone over where my last placement was at, which was this planet. It didn't affect that last turn though. So we'll roll his die. Oh, these are really shiny. Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. These are so shiny over here with the way the lights are hitting. In fact, I could turn off. Well, that might be just a little bit better anyways. So let's roll his die. And it's a 3. So he is looking for his next ship to go out, and he wants to go to the leftmost undeveloped planet. And he also is going to move up the event track up 1. So let's go over here. Let's move up. The event track is going to activate again very shortly. And he wants to go to the leftmost undeveloped planet. So he is going to actually end up going right here. And he's going to take this moon. He's going to place it with his other moons. Otherwise, they're just points at the end of the game for him. So nice, simple turn. Let's. Oh, he does do a repair with that, unfortunately. So he is just repairing all of his ships over here. So this guy is also going to get repaired as well. And then this is going to go off here. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, he does not repair his ship. I was reading the wrong one. Okay, cool. So let's move that back. Okay, and this goes over here. All right, the next one he'll repair. So now what am I going to do? I've got 4 ships over here. I gotta figure out where I want to go with one of them. So I could go straight over here to this spot again, and this is a really good spot to go to. So I think I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I do have a big ship that can launch directly in there, because it does have that, it's hard to see, that little orangey kind of color jump in symbol. So he could jump straight in where a raider is at. And that does definitely look tempting. The other thing is I could just go straight into a big battle. And the reason why I would do that, oh, let's move these down before I forget to. These came down after the last one that he purchased. Whoops. Well, let's just make that the next one that came out. I accidentally grabbed the second one. So if I go to Maximus Field, I'd have to want to be able to purchase more stuff. I could potentially purchase more stuff it is going to activate the next event immediately. But if I could do that, I could go up 2 more on the brown track and potentially get another ship out right away, which would not be terrible. Would definitely not be terrible to have that. And I have been forgetting multiple times to move this this Plutonian tracker up. So let's at least put that up twice. In fact, I'll double check that. So I have actually forgotten like 3 times to move this up. So I believe I was on 5. 1, 2, 3. And then as my turn now, it should be going up 1 more. And I could spend an additional resource in order to move it up again. But I'm very tempted to. I can always cash this in and get my 2 credits and 2 points as well, because with my ship, I could go in and just cause some havoc and do a battle again. He would have a pretty decent advantage on me having the extra targeting right here, but I could potentially wipe out his ships. I do have, let's see. Oh. I have the assume command card here. So I can play on my turn when I'm not in battle to choose a raider and move it to an unoccupied alliance base and perform the action of that base. That's really nice. I wish one could just reach right over where I want to go. But that could potentially change the direction that I'm wanting to go in, because it'd be really great to just get this guy off of here so that I don't have to deal with him developing right there, but I might just lose my ship right away when I do that. It does have a shielding value. So the other thing is, like, if I instead go into battle here, he actually won't move off of an undeveloped planet because he wants to develop right there. So that's a bit difficult to decide where I want to go, and I don't have energy to like hop this guy over for battle later. So if I want him to get into battle, he's going to go over here and he's going to bring out another ship. And they are going to be doing a return action very soon. And when they do that, they are going to get to like do an activation off of that little wheel for every one that they return, which means they're going to gain a bunch of like modules and things. which is not great. It's definitely not great now. And they're very likely to take a return action on this next one. So I'm really chancing it if I go over to this one right here. I could also have the raider like come over here and give me the activation off of this one to get me up a couple marks up one of the other tracks. I do see a really good blue one that I'd like. So if we look over at the top over here, this one's really nice because it just moves you up a track at the cost of one tactics card, which could be quite nice. And I do have quite a few like credits and stuff over here to be able to spend, especially with these two over here. I am a bit worried about actually getting into this battle over here. And these are the AP complicated decisions that you have to contend with, especially against the solo opponent. And then I have to really think about what it's worth it to me. Now, if he does develop here, I do get to take advantage of his leader that he puts there, but it's not that big of an advantage. And he does get to move up that track, which I don't like. So I think I'm going to take my chances, which is probably stupid. Gosh, it's probably stupid. But I'm going to take my chances. And I think I'm going to just go in right here. This will activate immediately. It's going to activate the next event as well when I do this. I'm so tempted to just want to go in over here and do the Odessa field as well. But I can do that on another turn. I'm not too worried about it. And this is the only opportunity I could have to get this in over here. I'm going to go in over here because I want to get the two browns to get me one more up that track. So first things first, let's move the event marker up one, and then we'll gain a card here. And then we'll see what it does. So this is Perilous Gate. It's yellow minus damaged modules. Neither of us have damaged modules. We're both on 5. Before I forget, because this is easy for me to forget, let me go ahead and put out another planet. It is a brown planet. It's the first brown planet that we've had. And it comes with a titanium and a point moon. So we'll end up going up 5 points on this track. So that'll put me at 16. That'll put him at 15. And then the particular raider that's bringing out is the D raider. And the D raider is the big raider. And this is the hive. So the hive, it has a card here. It's going to go on, that's going to begin on the monolith of ancients. Ooh, man, this is going to be a mess to deal with. But maybe it'll kill him. So it's coming out here. I don't know what's the best way to set it. Maybe I'll set it like that. That way it's a little more visual up top. He has 3 of these little bees, little hornets that stack with him. And for every one that's still alive, he's got an extra die. So he starts at 6 die. And then when you damage him, as a reward, you get one of these little hornets, and you can use those as like extra ships to activate stuff with. And then they have a reward when you defeat the hornet later that it moves you up to a track 1. And when all of them are gone, then this thing will. Now, when the hive is gone, then all of the hornets will just disappear if they haven't already. Okay, so he came out on the Monolith of Ancients, which means he is going to move into this battle. And then each player with at least 1 ship within within range 1 of the Nether Void must discard 2 tactics cards at random. And fortunately, I'm not over here. I wish he was over there, but he's not. So that is the event. And we need to finish out the rest of my action over here. So I'm going to purchase And I would like to probably purchase the two cheapest ones over here. This one's not special. The one at the top's not too special either. At least this one comes with 2 ice with it, but it does kind of give him like potential points at the end when I get it. But I can spend basically my 2 titanium and 2 credits to get this. Or I could spend my cards, but I think I'm going to hang on to those for the moment. And we're going to buy these 2. So we're going to slot them in. Doesn't really matter where for right now. And we'll spend our 2 credits. Or I mean, our 2 credits into titanium. And before I forget to, whoops, I'm going to move this down. All right, so we know what the next ones are that are coming out. This one, you just have to slot a moon in for it. You get 2 points, but then you get to do whatever that moon's activation is. Those can be pretty nice when you start getting some really good moons. Okay, now I do get to move up twice up this. Boop, boop. And because we already resolved an event, that event marker is going to move up 1. So it goes from the beginning space over 1 as well. Whoops. I keep hitting the wrong button. And then I do get to get my 1 ship upgrade. And I will probably take the science vessel as its upgrade ability. It says that I get scanners. So you still can't read that. It's just not going to come in well. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it for us. And for the scanners, then it says when you claim a moon with this ship, you may immediately gain the benefit of the token without discarding it. So that's really good, really, really good. So he's going to pop in over here, which unlocks this ship. Cannot join this battle, unfortunately. Well, we're going to go back in over to the battle here. So we've got now this one is not going to move in. This hive is the only one that's going to be close enough to move in. He does only have a movement of 1. So this is getting real busy over here in Maximus Field, covering up all of the ships. But he's going to have a 2 and 1, which is going to be 3 die against 4 die. If we get really lucky, we'll be able to come in here and attack this afterwards. We'll see. So this guy's going to have 6. So he's got 6 of these die. And then let's see, so I've got 4 and Unity has 3. Now we have to decide if we're going to do any tactics cards. I don't have any like special attack tactics cards. Unity will be playing 1, and that is this one, which, let me just read it off. Unity gains 2d6 and +1 targeting for this battle. So they get all kinds of good stuff. So he's going to have a targeting value of 3 in total, and he's going to get to roll 5 die. Great. Okay. So we'll roll these up, see what we get. All right. Doesn't look great so far. I do have a 6, so that's nice. Actually, that's not too bad, but the Raiders also have a 6. And I didn't have any 1s, so I think I'm going to be straight up losing this battle. Let's see, 5 and 4 for Unity. He has a targeting value of 3 because of the +1. So all of these are going to get re-rolled. I only have a targeting value of 2, so these die are going to stay. The hive does not have any targeting, so they're actually going to keep their roll, which is not super high. Not super high. And I am actually winning at the very moment, but these are gonna probably be bad. Yeah, there's 2 6s. Oh gosh, that guy, he just wins so much. So I take a damage, and so for his benefit is he's gonna put the hornet to the nearest unoccupied region as the unity, and they are also gonna get to go up the supremacy track again. So I can put him anywhere. Anywhere, huh? You know, let's just let's put him. I need to move this unit, this little probe following me as well. So that's over with me. I'd like, I don't know. It's kind of, they've got a range of 2, so they're gonna help in battle quite a bit with. Well, actually, they can't be in battle with the hive, so I could possibly put them in here and fight with them if I can get over here. Let's see. So we did everything else. That was the full battle at that point, and it will go to the solo opponent. I think I'm just going to keep the hive in there, the hornet in over here. I can still launch into this section if I want. Oh, we forgot to flip this over for the last one they took. Goodness. Okay, so let's see what Unity does. So they're going to roll a die. It's a 5, so they aren't returning just yet. They are going to repair ship, and they're going to move in down here with another transport. Is going to take. Sorry, I didn't show that here. He moved in here because he's going off of the probe. He's going to take this token, pop it in, and he is going to repair a ship as well. So he's going to move one more ship available. So he is just going to do some crazy turn here in a minute. I'm not looking too good for this game. And then let's see what else is going to happen. I think that's it for him. So now I have to decide what I'm going to do with my busted up ship and all of this that's going on here. So what I may actually do is I'm getting desperate to get their ships and to get their ships damaged. I'm going to go ahead and flip his card over too to see his next thing. He's going to be wanting to develop, and they develop immediately when they return if they have the opportunity to do so. I think I'm gonna take the chance. I know I keep saying this. First off, it is my turn. Let's move this marker up 1. And I just realized I moved the wrong marker earlier because I don't think I had anything that moved me up science. I think he was up there. He was up here. So we're both here. That's why. There's a lot of little things here that I'm gonna get back and forth as I'm trying to keep these rules as straight as possible. I think I want to go in and battle this guy. I'm gonna bring in my lunar explorer in, and the good thing is by doing this, I do get to immediately take the benefit of this moon. I can either take a rock or an energy. I don't really need energy, but you know, maybe I will eventually. But I'm gonna go ahead and place this in here, and it's his special ability is he gets to take the benefit of that as well. And now this will just always produce energy when you go here. And we're gonna get into a big battle. So everybody's going to move in because this guy normally wouldn't move in if it was on a planet, but he's going to move in with us. Let's put the unity marker over here. The hive's going to stay put because they do not join in with another raider. But I will bring in my big ship, and we're just going to get into a big old skirmish here. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's going to get to draw a tactics card along with that. And I'm tempted to play this one that lets me draw new tactics cards. I could assume command before doing all of this. I'm kind of doing this out of order. You're supposed to do this when you're not in battle, but I wasn't in battle at the beginning of the turn. I could have moved one of those in for something else. In fact, let's do that. Let's assume command. Let's assume command and bring the hive in over here and activate the Monolith of Ancients. Because in doing that, I can spend 2 resources. I didn't have the energy to start off with because I'm doing this out of order. But I could spend 2 resources to gain 3 cards. And I'm so tempted to want to get rid of my credits to do this. I'm very tempted to get rid of my credits to do this. If I get rid of these 2 instead, this one is really nice, this card, because it allows me to discard up to 3 tactics cards from my hand and draw the same number of tactics cards plus 1. So you kind of like don't lose the fact that you're getting rid of this one. It counts as one of the ones that you're getting to return. And if I spend the 2 credits, I'll know that I'm going to get likely something good out of all these tactics cards, because I will be able to cycle them again. So I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but I'm going to spend this token up. I'm going to go ahead and take my 2 points. So I'll be at 18, and I'm going to draw 3 tactics cards. Okay. Do we get anything good? Play on a turn when you're not in battle. Sustain each of your ships has 1 extra movement. Play on your turn when you're not in battle. Activate one of your undamaged industry modules. And play on your turn when you're not in battle. All of your ships have the voyage ability. Those are all nice enough, but let's go ahead and play the one that discards my hand and draws 5 more, because I kind of want to get diplomacy or attack cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just kind of evening out these piles as we go. So now I've got some really good stuff. Antimatter Ray, play after you roll battle dice. Each opponent in the battle removes their highest die from their roll. And let's see. Play on your turn when you're not in battle. Activate one opponent's undamaged non-science modules. That could be pretty good for me, actually, this particular unwelcome visitor, because I can use it to take advantage of his science, his little one that shoots the science track up. But this perfect shot, though, play after you roll dice in battle, and this card counts as an additional 6 result for you. So I have a decent chance at winning this battle. Let's go ahead and just go into it now. We've got 2 die here, 1, 2, 3. So he's got 5 die. I am getting to roll a full 6. The ship actually has 3, but I can't go above 6. And then the raider is going to roll 3. So let's gather those together. Let's. I don't have any diplomacy cards, but the raider does get to pop in his cleared path. So it says the battle ends. Move all Unity ships from the active region to the rightmost undeveloped region. That sucks. Okay, so that happens. So then all of these guys go away. It says the battle ends, so I guess I do not actually fight with the Hornet. So that just ruined all my plans. They're not activating this. I guess they could go to either the blue or the brown one down here because it's the rightmost undeveloped. And I'll just have them in the blue. We'll just do it in the blue. Why not? All right, well, that was uneventful after all of that. Okay, so the battle ends. So we don't, so that was kind of like him playing diplomacy. So now he's going to go on his next turn. And he's probably going to just return all those ships. 5, he is returning all the ships. He doesn't have any ships to put out. So, so what he's going to do is he has 4 ships to return. Let's see here. He's got these 4. He does not have. Oh, actually, he got 6 because he did repair these 2. So he's going to get 6 movements up his track. So he's going to do a whole bunch of crap. So first, he's going to move up here. He's going to move the, I'm just going to do this off cam, but he's going to move the event tracker up. There's 2 more spaces for it. He is going to move up the supremacy track one, which unfortunately gives him this token, which he just gets points for. And then he's going to develop. And so he's going to develop this, one of these transports into a city. So we're going to take one of the cities out here. And so the way this works is he's going to lose this ship basically to sacrifice it to build a city. And then he's going to place in 3 of his leaders into that space. And he's going to get a bunch of points for this. Pop these all in here. These are pretty neat, these little 3D miniatures. All right, and then he's going to gain 3 points for the 3 that were in the 3 leaders here, +2, +2. So he's going to get a total of 7 points. So that's going to bring him all the way up to 22. If I can reach over here. Okay. All right, and now with this city card here, he gains a extra module as well. And what we do is we look over at his board, and I'm just going to set this off to the side for right now. We'll put it behind his tactics cards. And he looks for the spot where he has the least, so he's going to go for the lowest cost of the commerce track. So it's going to be this one. And I'll just pop that in. We'll move these both down here before we forget. Painful, painful. That's just his first of 6 returns that he's doing. Then he's going to go over here. He's going to get another yellow module. And before I forget, he did go up this track when he gained that, so he's going to go up a second time. And he's going to gain another yellow. So these move down again. Now, what other terrible stuff is he going to do? He's going to gain a blue module. I'm just going to do this off cam to make this a little quicker. So it's going to be this one right here. He's going to get a damage marker that come along with it. See, this is why I was really desperate to try to destroy him before this happened. So that's 3 movements. He's going to go, now he's going to go to the brown, which means he's going to go up the brown track, which is going to push the event marker. It's only 1 away now. Brown is going to go here, and he's going to do a repair, so he's going to remove that damage. This is fourth action. Now he's going to go here, and he's going to activate the event, and the event is going to be Rising from the Shadows. So it's going to be the Supremacy. Oh, first let's put out this. It's another brown planet. And we look at the Supremacy track, minus damaged modules. Neither of us have damaged modules. So he's going to get 8 points. I'm going to get 6. So he's just shooting right up that track there. So that's going to put him at 30. And that'll put me at 24. And let's see. The other thing that's happening is we are putting out the D. D is already out. So we're going to roll a die. It's a 4. And that means we're going to be putting out an S-class raider in the 4 spots. And now each player with at least one ship within range 1 of the Nether Void may gain 1 ship at no cost. All of his ships are over next to it. I have none. And then he's going to gain another module. So at this point, we look at his track, and the green is the least that he has. So he's going to gain this one. I forgot to move the browns down, so I'm going to go ahead and move the browns down now, the greens and the browns, and he goes up the green track as well, which moves the event marker again. But that all happened off of that first event, so we're not actually going to move the event marker up. It's just going to go back to the beginning. So that's done with the event at that point. I believe he has one more. He started, he did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and for his 6th one, he would repair if he could, but he's going to take yet another green one, which unfortunately means that he is also going to go up here before I do. I mean, he's just whooping me. It's really hard with the solo opponent if you don't start getting those ships taken care of. So he just takes these 2 and they just stay face down, hidden from me. So that's like just a bunch of extra points for him basically at the end of the game. But that is finally at the end of all this, we need to actually put his ships back. And we do this in order. So this is that's why they have numbers on these. Because one of his ships is gone now. So 1, 2, and 3. 4. This one, these just go back their same spot like normal. All right, so he is just fully defeating me. I think I even forgot he's had this extra, it doesn't matter because he's been winning the battles, but he's had that extra targeting token too. I think I forgot to keep up with that. But it doesn't matter because he's just been whooping my butt. Now, let's see what we can do. So I've got 3 ships out. I mean, I could get set up here to develop, but at this point, I forgot to move these down again. So many little things, little upkeeps to do. So that was painful. Really painful. What else did I get for my cards? I got Dastardly Ploy. Each player damages one of their modules. You may then activate an opponent's undamaged non-science module. So, man, I just used up all my other good resources ahead of time too. I mean, I could gain all of the resources off of one of his modules with one of my abilities. I'm all set up to do battle, and now I don't have anything great to battle, except there is that little hornet there, and that could actually be pretty decent for me, because I could get up that science track a couple times. Because if I defeat him, I get to go up the track again one. And I'm kind of set up. I'm kind of set up at this point uh, where, like, if I start developing these brown planets, those could be a decent amount of points for me as well. So it's getting a little difficult though, with how much he's just taken over, and I can't just zoom over there now. So if I do yet one more double movement up the brown track, I could get another ship out that could then have a movement of 2. It isn't really helping me a whole lot. I'll think about this for just a moment. Okay, so I think I have a plan. So first off, it was my turn, and I did not move up this this track right here. Now I can then spend an energy, and I could spend any resource actually and go up that one more time. I think I'm just going to spend this card because I think I was going to spend it at some point this turn anyways. So now we got all the way to midnight on the on this clock over here. So that is going to allow, it says each time the clock marker reaches midnight, advance 3 spaces on one progress track of my choice. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to go up the science track, actually. 1, 2, 3. I have a little bit of a plan here. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to move up here, and then I'm going to I get to look at the last 3 of these and take one of them. And so these are the 3 that are available. Oh, that's almost perfect. That's almost perfect. I really like this one. That gets me a module, and I get to move up the track because I'm taking a module at that point. This one, this is just a couple credits, so I pretty much know I'm going to take the module there, and that's great. Because now what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and spin that. Might as well. And let's see what we've got over here. So doesn't really matter. It's going to make something else cheaper afterwards. Yeah, it really doesn't matter which one of these I take. I mean, having an extra tactics card might be more useful. So we'll go ahead and slot that in over here. And then we'll go up 1 on the brown track. That puts me in the level 2 scoring for those factories if I start getting those built. So that happens. All right. Now these 2 are those relics. If you collect 5 of those, it's 20 points at the end. That's what that little symbol is at the top. And there's also some moons with that. So those are immediately attractive, those top ones. Plus they're just strong actions anyways, or at least this one really is. Okay, so let's go back over and continue with my plan, because I haven't actually placed, launched, or anything like that. I do think I'm going to play Unwelcome Visitor. So you play in your turn when you're not in battle, activate one opponent's undamaged non-science modules. So what I'm going to activate is this one over here, because it gives me a credit and a nanocarbon as well as a point. So let's go ahead and move me up 25 there real quick. And before I forget here, I'm going to go ahead and give the solo his card. And because he got the nanocarbon or whatever. So his nanocarbons are always cards. Any of his resources are cards. So now we've got a little bit of stuff to play with. Now, what I may do is go to Maximus Field. And if I purchase two, if I get up the science, this could be really good. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place another transport over here to Maximus Field. That is going to move the event marker again. Now, let's see, what could I do? So I could use another card that would activate another. It would put another movement up the event track. It would give me some more resources because I could just activate that same module again. This one does is it each player damages one of their modules, and then you may activate an opponent's undamaged non-science module. It's pretty good, pretty good. So then I have to decide like if I want more of those resources in order to not have to spend like credits and stuff for it, but I'm pretty much going to have to spend credits regardless. Basically, this is going to allow me to not have to spend my energy because I don't want to get rid of my 2 battle cards here. It basically allows me to conserve my energy to possibly be able to use for something else more important. And I think that's going to probably be worthwhile. So we're going to go ahead and spend that as well. We're going to move the event tracker up again. And both of us have to damage a module. So I'll just pick for him. I'll pick something that doesn't look super important to me, which I think is going to be this one right here. And then for him, we'll just damage this one that gives him points. I can't remember exactly how those work at the end. If they get those points for those blue civilization cards. I think they maybe do. I can't remember. But we'll activate that all over again. So now we're going to move up another point here. He's going to get another card. And I get another credit and another nanocarbon. So let's actually do the turn though that I was doing. I placed here, and I am going to purchase one of each of these. So let's purchase the cheap ones. It doesn't matter for the titanium. Oh, it'd be tempting to get that one at the top, but I really don't want to spend up any extra resources right now, I don't think. So I know I'm going to have to spend a nanocarbon and something else random. I almost want to just hang on to the nanocarbon just in case I need it for something. So let's buy the brown one first because the event's going to happen right after this. So let's spend the 2 credits first, and we'll get this cheap one, I guess. Gosh, that top one is awfully tempting. Awfully tempting. Yeah, you know what? I'd really like that other top one even more than the other green one. So let's take this one for the 2 credits. And our brown track is getting huge. We're going to go up again here, which means that we get to get another upgrade and build a ship with it. So it's going to be my fighter coming out. Okay, browns are coming down. Oh, I need to do the full action first. So Now I'm going to spend the 2 nanocarbons and the credit to take this top one, which is, this is going to activate the event. So the event gets triggered. This is Dark Restoration, so it's civilization minus damage, modules. I did just pick up a damage module, unfortunately. And that means we're both at 6. Let's put out another planet before we forget. It's a yellow one. And we're both at 6, but he's got -1, I've got -2. So he's going to go up 5, and I'm going to go up 4. Put me at 30. So 5 behind him right now. An S-class raider is going to come out. So it's a 5. 5 is going to the 5. It's the last of the S-class raiders. And now each player performs 1 repair for each of their ships within 1 range of the Nether Void, and nobody has any ships there, so we don't worry about that part. So let's go ahead and we will finish moving these down now. Okay. So now we're going to go into battle again because this raider is I'm going to choose to have this raider come in. These 2 guys are going to come over, and we're going to roll 6 against 3 over here. So let's pop that in right there. So 6 against 3. Surely to God, well, surely to goodness I'll be able to beat this guy. He got a 4, 2. So he has +1 on his. So he's got +1 on his whatever you call it, targeting, and I have like enough to re-roll these 1s. But looking at the die, I've got 2 4s. His highest one's a 4. He can't re-roll anything, so I am going to win that battle. So that means I do get to move up the supremacy track 1. And as my reward, I can move up 1 of the tracks. This is everything is now finally going to plan, and I'm going to move up this right here, and we're going to get to go through all these. So I just got to go through like a huge movement up the science track all in one go. So let's take a look and see what all we have here. So this one, let's see, you build at no cost. You can go up the civilization track. I can go up the science track again, or I could go up the build or the industry track. And then this one just lets you look at the top 2 event decks and pick one to keep the top and put the other one on the bottom. Not super important right now. I'm tempted to take the brown one because there's brown spots on the board to be built at. And the blue is like, I mean, if I get up high enough, I can get a bunch of cards in my hand. It's not too bad, really, but I think I'm going to go with the brown movement up that track. And there's really no reason to not do it right now. So we might as well, we just finished battling, so I don't think I get to actually do it right now. So we'll hang on to that, and we'll just keep it over in our player area over here. We'll put these guys back. All right, so that was a complicated turn for me, but I did, it all fared out pretty well, I think, overall. So now we're going to go over to see what they're going to do. And let's see. I think I did not move this one last time because they developed right where they were at. Yes, we didn't move that one down, I don't believe. So now we're gonna roll that die. It's going for a 3. Let's go ahead and move this over just to indicate that I took that off. This guy is, so where did I go last? I went to Maximus Field, correct? So let's put the Unity probe there. He wants to go 1 up to the right, and he just launches right in because they don't have restrictions on moving into spaces with other ones. He is going to repair. He's going to repair this, but he's also going to do this action. I think he technically does that other action first. I'm going to go ahead and repair his thing before I forget. So we're going to move the event track. It's going to go up 1. He is going to go up the supremacy track 1 again. I know I'm doing this kind of off cam. I'm just kind of doing it quickly. And then he's going to develop if he can, but he cannot develop, so none of that is happening. So now he's at 10 on that supremacy track, and he did repair 1. Okay. Oh, and then now we're going to go into a big battle. Do I want to join the battle? I do have to remember that he did take this leader token too, since he landed there. If I join this battle, I do have a pretty good chance at defeating if I go in there. I don't see any good reason to not join in this battle. So because I've got some pretty good attack cards. So let's go ahead and join in the battle with everyone here. I really don't need, well, it does give me extra targeting if I put an extra person in there. I need to not forget, I think I forgot last time, and sorry if, yeah, I think he would have actually gotten to re-roll a die earlier. I can fix that real quick because I still have the die sitting out here. He did have, I do forget that he had that extra targeting, and then I would have gotten to re-roll these 2 as well with all of my other characters there. I had a targeting of 4 because I have got +1 with my big ship. So let's re-roll these. I think that was a 4. We'll re-roll these just to be certain. So in case I had to spend one of my cards earlier. Nah, that's pretty safe right there. We'd still end up having to have re-rolled these 2. That would have still gotten a re-roll. And then it would have been 5. He'd have lost at that point. Okay, I just wanted to be fair, make sure I wasn't messing it up. So let's go for the real battle that's happening right now. So we've got, I've got all 6 of my die. I've got a total of 4 targeting because this guy has +1. And then he's got a targeting of 2 at this point. And then the hive does not have extra targeting. He just has his 5 die right now because one of his hornets is dead. So 5 against 6. We will not forget that the Unity is also going to draw a card. It's probably just going to end the battle. And his is warp space. It does end the battle. Move all Unity starships from the active region to the leftmost undeveloped region. So he's going to go in over here. All right, well, that's disappointing once more. Unfortunately, that's kind of how the game plays. You have quite a bit of these like diplomacy cards and things that can just end a battle right away. But that's that. We've got our fighter available, and I kind of want to get over to these with a transport at some point. And I've got room to do it without raiders showing up at the moment if I move in over here. So let's attempt that. Now I could go ahead, I might as well go ahead and spend this token here and move up the brown track and just get that out of the way, and that will move the event track marker up one more. We're not doing as bad now because we got so much movement up there. I do need to remember that I've got to move the clock over one because it's my turn again. I'm starting to remember all of that. It's a lot of little things to remember on a playthrough of this. So I think I'm going to move my fighter in over here because that was what my original plan was. So he's going to hop in right here. We're going to pick up this blue moon. It's going to pop in right here. Flip this over, and we'll go back to Unity. This one needs to flip. We need to remember that our little token thing went over here. And now we roll a die. 5. So we're going to put this one out. It's going to go in that location. Well, you can't see because it's glared. So up and to the left of the Unity probe. So he's going to go into Odessa field. And that's going to move the marker over here one. So he's going to gain the lowest value of the yellows. And he's going to go up the yellow track. I'll just do that off cam. It does actually activate the next event as well. Well, it doesn't activate the event, it just moves the event marker up again. Okay. So simple turns so far. However, now he's in range of a Raider strike. Who do we want to attack him? I think we want the Hive to come in because then we can go back into battle again. So this is kind of what happens when you get a lot of people out on the board. So all these can move in. Now I could move this guy in, but I need to have adjacency to move my next ones over. So I'm not going to actually move my fighter in. So we're going to move these 3 over into that battle. He will move this big battle cruiser guy over because it has infinite range. And so that means he's got 3 and 4 die, and he's got a total of 3 of his targeting. I'll have my 6 die and 4 targeting again, and then we'll go against the Raider. So before we grab the dice up, let's see what he draws. Explosive mines. Each player other than Unity must damage one of their ships in the active region. Oh, well, I'll just take the damage on my big ship. Oh, it's already damaged. When did I damage that before? Well, that stinks. Okay, so I guess we'll just have to lose this little ship into the scrapyard. Okay. Each player other than Unity must damage one of their ships in the active region. I don't think those, because the Raider is not a player, so I don't think that they take damage from doing that, because they can't really anyways. All right, so we still got 6 die because this guy comes with 3 and this one comes with 4. So we got 6 against 4. I've only got 3 targeting. So let's see what we got over here. 6 die against 4 die, no, 5 die from the Hive and 4 die from the Raider. Let's move those out of the way. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. Okay, I see a couple 6s on me, so that's great. So 2 6s. The Hive has got 2 4s and a 3. He doesn't have any targeting. He's got a targeting value of 1, but it doesn't do him any good. I've got a targeting value of 3, so I can reroll this one. Unity, he's got a 5. He's got a targeting value of 3. So he gets to re-roll all 3 of these. And then we've got the 2 4s and the 3 over here. Because yeah, my targeting value is only 3 now. Okay, there's another 6 for me, so that's excellent. I've got 3 6s, Mark of the Beast. The targeting value, again, I have to keep double checking to make sure I'm not missing this. He's got a targeting value of 3, so he does keep this one, and he is going to re-roll these 2. Well, at this point, we know he can't win, because even if he got 2 6s, I've got 3 6s, so we'll stop rolling at this point. And so now he loses, finally. He is going to just take damage on his big ship. And this guy goes to the scrapyard. The big one stays out there. I gain the bonus. Well, I get 1 up this track, so that gives me 2 points. And then I do gain a Hornet to use. And then, so again, it says if you have a Hornet in your station as a free action on your turn, you may move it to any unoccupied region to perform the action in that region. That's like a free action, basically, that you get to take. So that's cool. Maybe we can set him up to be able to attack him right afterwards. So he's going to hang out in my station over here. Okay, and now the hive is 1 more easier to defeat. So now, we're not doing as bad as we were before. We're going to move a transport in, and we'll put that over here. This is the plan. This is the plan. We're going to take this moon token, pop it in our spot. Flip another one over. It's a repair symbol. Those are excellent to have. We'll put the Unity marker over here. And now, no raiders are in range of the active region. Even though they're in range of my other ones, they don't activate off of those, only off of a newly placed one. Okay. So now we're going to go over to Unity once more. So let's flip over their other card. Normally in a normal game, I'd be flipping these over ahead of time and paying attention to them. But we're not doing a normal game. We're doing a game on video, and it's much more difficult. So I was going to roll this die, and it's a 3. So he's going to move a transport ship, and he wants to move it. He wants to move it to the right of Unity. Ugh. And he's going to develop immediately after that. Ugh, how gross. So he's going to take my other brown that I was hoping to get both of them. So he gets that moon first, and then his little bonus action is to develop. So we'll go ahead and flip over the next card as well. But his develop, then we're going to go back over here, and he's going to take one of these factories, because he did get to move over into a factory spot. So he's going to pop that down there. He's going to put in 2 of his leaders, and then he's going to score 2 points for that and 2 points for the 2 over here. So he's going to get a total of 4 points. Brings him down to 39. Oh man, I hate that they can just develop so easily. And now he took a factory, and his factories, I'm just going to pop, I need to flip these over to show that they're for points later, but his factories then will give him 2 repair actions. So now he's only got, well, he does have 2 things to repair. He can repair that ship, and then he can repair this other ship from the scrapyard. Oh, okay. So much good stuff for them. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is I really want to be able to develop over here. So I'm very tempted to just recall. I'm very tempted to just recall right now. Got ships on the board. However, I forgot, I do have the Hornet, and the Hornet says, again, if you have a Hornet in your station as a free action on your turn, you may move it to any unoccupied region to perform the action in that region. Pretty nice. I cannot pick up a leader with that, but I can do a development with that as a free action. So why not go ahead and take advantage of that? So we're going to develop, we're going to do the same thing he just did. We're going to pull out a factory. And because the event tracker is so close to moving up again, I'm going to go ahead and spend this. So these are cards that you can hang on to these if you'd like. You don't have to spend them immediately, but it's 2 repairs, and then once they've spent, they're just shows the point values you get for that building afterwards. So I think I'm going to go ahead and spend that, and I don't really have a great place to leave this where it's visible, but we'll just keep it right there for right now. So this will pop in. I do, oh goodness, I have to get enough resources. You got to forget that I actually have to pay resources. I don't just get this stuff for free. So maybe instead of I guess instead of doing that, I probably should just take a return action to do all of this. So this little bee can't help me a whole lot right now. It does have to be an unoccupied region. I really wish I could use that. Yeah, because otherwise what I could do is place like another ship down over here and then pop it in over there, use the credit and spend up other resources. But I'd have to have a total of 3 titanium. There's no free titanium spots. Even if I went here, I can't really actually get titanium. If I really, no, it's not going to work. I pretty much am going to have to just save this guy for later. So we are actually going to have to do a return step. So so we'll just keep this here for the moment because we know that's going to happen. I've only got 3 ships to return right now. So we'll bring them in over here. Let's see if we can take a look at and see what we're going to actually do. So I've got these 3 ships in hand to return. We want to put in, we definitely are going to want to repair. I do want to get this action to happen as well. So we're going to want to do 2 repairs. So one of the repairs will be to get this off. And then another ship I know I'm going to want to do is 2 energy and spend an energy to move up a track 1. Not sure exactly which track, probably the supremacy track at this point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use this to go up the supremacy track. So we'll gain 1 energy because the way these are different. The science, you just put 1 down, it activates all of them. So we'll get 1 energy, and then with that other energy, we're gonna go up the supremacy track so I can maybe get to this before he does. Now let's see. I have 1 more to put down. I've only got 2 energy. I can spend this to get a 3rd energy if I would like. I'm not too worried about the repairing that other one at the moment. We could repair another ship by going over here. I'd get 2 points. He would gain a card as well. I think I may go ahead and just do this action. I need to develop though too. I have to be able to develop. So we could spend, we're going to end up doing this probably. So we'll get 2 points and a repair. The repair then I'm going to get 1 more ship in hand because this is going to come to the repair barge now. the 2 points. We'll go ahead and mark those over here. And then he's going to get a card. Okay. And so now I really want to activate this. Definitely have to activate that. Let's go ahead and activate this and get this out of the way. So I forget I get 2 repairs when I do that. That's true. I get 2 repairs when I do that. Potentially. I could save them for later. What I could have just done is I could have done this one down here and then gotten those repairs for free. I'm just going to leave it because I'm probably going to want to activate this thing here anyways. Oh, I actually have to activate that because I need the titanium. So, so we'll go over here. I think with the ship, I've only got 2 more ships in hand. So if I want to give up that credit, I can. If I put in 1 more moon, I get whatever that is. So let's go ahead and slot this moon in here so that when I place here, I'll get all of this stuff as well as what these 2 moons are giving me. That's pretty good. It's almost more worth it than getting that credit. The only other thing is if I'm going to go up here again, somewhere else. Oh, goodness. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll try. I'm really deciding whether I want to spend the energy. I do have to remember it's my turn, so I'm going up that doom clock again. Keep forgetting that. I know I want to spend here, but do I want to spend energy for it and just get the credit? Or I'd rather get ice. You know, I kind of would rather get ice. I might end up being able to use ice at some point. Maybe. Let's go ahead and just go here. We'll get 1, 2, 3 titanium and 2 points and a credit. Two points. Getting closer to the end here. And then he's going to get another card as well. Which if we're lucky, he won't go up the yellow track again, but he probably will. Because he gets points for those if he goes up 1 more on the yellow track. And let's finish off what we were doing here, and let's get that development down. So now I spend these 3 titanium, and we will get to finally do this development that I already have sitting down here. I do have the 2 leaders that I need to place in here. Okay, and now I will get a total. Let me slot that in all the way. I will get a total of 2 and 2 and 2, so I'll get 6 points for that. So we're surpassing him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 42, 8 away from finishing the game. And I've got maybe a couple more things I could potentially do here. So let's go back over to our player spot. And if I go ahead and slot a moon in here, I'll get a point because this comes with a point. So I'll go up 1 more. I'm at 43. If I pop this green one in here now, I'll get 2 ice. He'll get another of those. He'll get another of the tactics cards. I'm just going to hand that to him real quick. Get 2 ice, and I could get another energy, which doesn't sound too bad. I could also get a nanocarbon instead if I preferred. And with my final energy, I think I'll get another tactics card because those have been looking pretty good lately. Okay, so end of that turn. All of these are going to come back off. And these will all slot back into my player board. And now this is also repaired as well, because everything came back and maintenance crew took over and took care of it all. All right. So now let's see what the next thing is. 5. 5 is this fighter ship. It what was the last place I placed at? I guess it was right there because I did that return action afterwards. So he wants to go up here into the shipyard, which he will. He is going to move up his track. He's going to gain a blue thingy module. So he'll go up that track once more. So come down. Pretty darn good one he got just then too. And I think that's the end of. Oh, now we also have another raider coming in. So it would have to be. Oh, we could have like all of these would actually come in because they're all at range 2 away. So the S-class raiders are the only ones that do this. So they swarm in. And then if they lose battle, only one is destroyed. So these guys are going to have a total of 6 die, and they'll have 4 targeting. He's going to move his big ship in over there because it always shows up. And let's not forget that he also got to take his leader when he just did that. And let's also not forget to move his thing over. He got to do a repair action. He didn't have anything to repair at that point. So if he doesn't have anything to repair, I think he gets a card. Let me double check that. Yeah, no, he doesn't get a card. He actually just gains a point. So he'd be up at 40 at this point. Okay, so now this battle is going to take place. And so he's got a total targeting value of 3 because he gets +1. And he's got 3, 4, 5 die. So he's 5 die against 6. Not bad chances. Let's before we even do any of that, let's draw him out a card. It's no effect. So he doesn't have any effect on that particular battle. And let's see, so we've got 5 die against 6 raider die. Okay. I see a 6 on the raider. His targeting value is 3, so there's 4s count. There's 3 counts. The raider's targeting value is 4. Let's just move that down. Actually, we can probably move these closer where you can actually see them. Okay, so the targeting value of 4. So the raiders get to re-roll these, and he gets to re-roll these 2. Ooh, I see a 6 for the Unity. 2 5s for the Raider. And then we re-roll these last 2. And we re-roll them again. So 5 for Unity. And the 3 actually gets re-rolled. It doesn't really matter because at this point we've got a 6 and 2 5s. He's got a 6 and 1 5, so he will lose that battle. So, this one becomes damaged because he healed it once already. And then his fighter goes into the repair barge. or scrapyard, I'm sorry. And then nothing else happens after that, I don't believe, because he does not get any tactical operations stuff. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's getting closer. So I kind of want to put my big ship out. And I could just go straight into fight with the dragon if I did. I do have my free little hornet that can activate something, and then I could go in and attack it, which would not be a bad decision, because that means I could potentially get up that supremacy track twice. So that's definitely what I want to do. So this can go anywhere and activate anything. And I see a couple relic items that I really like to get. Unfortunately, they're on two different module, like I'd have to go to both Maximus and Odessa field in order to get to it. But if I go over here, I can trade out my 2 ice for 2 credits. I think that's probably where it's at right now. And let's do that. So change those 2 out, get 2 credits. Now I think I want to get my big ship out. We'll go into Maximus field. This will activate the next event. So before I do that, I do have 1 card that is called Prescience, Prescience. And then that will allow me to look at the top 2 and keep one to pick at the top and put the other one on the bottom. So maybe I can take advantage of that in a way that's going to give me more points. So let's put that out and let's pull off the top 2 cards. All right. So one of them is giving us benefits from the science track, and then the other one is giving us benefits from the commerce track, which is not good for me. So I immediately want to go with this one. Nobody's within 1 range of the nether void, so it doesn't really matter for the other part of it. So I'm going to take the green one and leave it up there, because then when I go into Maximus field, I'll activate that. So I could have just kept that out. The green track, I have 12 points. I have 1 damaged module. I could repair it if I really wanted to and get another point with it with my factory at a time if I really want to. And I may go ahead and do that, because it's just going to give me a chunk of points, and this is going to kind of end the game more or less as this is happening. So let's go ahead and get the 2 repairs, and that's gonna allow me to heal off this one, so I get an extra point for it. And then with the other additional repair, I don't have anything to repair. There's nothing in the scrap yard for me to repair, so I'd actually get a point for that. And now I'll get the full 12 points. So that's going to put me to 56. I'll get 1 more turn after this, and so will he. And then he is going to get 8 points. So I'll put him at 48. Okay, and then we don't have to worry about the rest of that. We do pull out 1 more planet. It's a green planet, the first green planet on the board. Okay, I don't think we're building observatories this game. I actually have a chance. I do have a chance. Okay, so let's do this battle. So we're going to have the Hornet come in. He does bring his stupid ship in, so maybe we can get rid of it too. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see if he doesn't just end the battle right here. So that's all that's on the board right now. So we're going to pull out one of Unity's cards. Ooh, Exposed weakness. After the battle dice are rolled, this card counts as an additional result of 6 for unity, which stinks. I do have the 2 combat cards, which I'm likely to play right now too, though, and luckily his ship is actually damaged. So, so I've only got 3. He has, I'm sorry, I have 4 with this one, and I have an extra range with it. So it's this is the Doomsday Device ship. I do think I forgot to actually move my Doomsday Tracker up, but not that it really matters at this point in the game. So with these two, 4 and 3, we both have 2 of the targeting value, and then this Hornet actually has an additional targeting as well, so he's got 3. So 4 against 3 and 3. So let's get that over here. I'll get these die out of the way. Whoops, he's going crazy. 4 against 3 against 3. Okay. Oh, I see 6s like crazy. Okay. So there's a 6, 2 6s for unity, a 2, which he does not get to re-roll. This would be a 4 and a 3. I don't get to re-roll my 2. I don't get to re-roll my 3. Whoops, that was a 6. Let's not accidentally roll those over. And then this 1 I do get to re-roll, and it is a 3. Okay, so with my 2 cards, here, I don't know if you can really, yeah, you can't really see that. I'll just reread it. So I can also get a 6, which negates his other 6. And then I can also negate a die from their highest roll. So basically I could take away 1 6. I could give myself a 6, which negates his 6, so I won't even add it because, well, actually I do have to add it. So I'll put this in here. So that's another 6. He has another 6. I'm just going to leave this die in here to show his other 6. So there's 2 6s. Right, yeah, because I played the one that removes a 6. Yeah. So I removed 1, he gets it back. And so just making sure I'm not doing this incorrectly, 2 6s. My other ones beat the rest of his, and they beat the Raiders. So with these 2 cards I've been hanging on to for a while, I do win that battle, thankfully. And that's really good for me because up here, I go up the supremacy track, which would also activate an event movement. But because I defeated the Hornet also lets me pick anything that I want to go up to, so I can take this token. That's the end of my turn, so I won't be able to use that until my next turn. His ship is now into the scrapyard as well, and this Hornet is now out of the game. So that all happened from my turn. We've got 2 more turns left. Unity's going to go. Okay. Roll a die. I'm going to re-roll that because it was literally on the corner. Okay, it's a 2. So he's going to place in top left of where this is at. So he's going to go to the trade hub. He would develop if he could, but he's not got anything to develop. So he will then move up 1 on his little marker, which is going to give him a brown and a repair. So he'll repair one of his ships at the end of this. He's going to take this brown module. He'll move up the brown track 1, which does give him another upgrade. He gets +1 movement now with all of his ships. And it's the final turn at this point. Okay, I won't even worry about updating that. Oh man, it's been a sweaty one. Okay, so I've surprisingly gotten really far up these tracks. That doomsday clock is just kind of ridiculous. I'm going to get to go up 2 more steps on a track. Um, if I could purchase 2 of the commerce tokens or the commerce modules, I could go up the commerce track 2 more times. But I'm not going to have hardly any resources at the end of this. So I see relics. I have 1 relic. This needs to move down as well. So there's a couple ways I could get relics. I could go, if I buy 2 here, I could get I could get the relic from the one on the bottom, and then it would let me get up to the top of the brown track. I think that's probably my easy choice at this point, because it's going to give me extra points here from this factory, and we're just going to do that. So unfortunately, I can't go to a spot where I'm already at. I can move up to with this, and otherwise, yeah, if I move up a couple on the commerce track, like with this, I could get up to the point where I'm gaining points for resources. But you know, it's not that big of a deal. There are some point scoring cards from the blues, but they're kind of hard to reach. And I'd want to gain a relic regardless at some point. And moving up any of these tracks at this point, I mean, the only one that's really benefiting me, I think, is going up the brown track. So let's go ahead and spin this and just go up the brown track twice. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way, because I can easily get another, of these from this has got a relic on it. I know you can't see it real well, but this has got a relic mark on it, and it's 2 away from this. I could reach it with my science ship. Um, hmm. And that's only given me 2 relics at that point, so it's not that big of a deal. So I don't really know where it is that I'm going to get the most points. It'd be great if I could get into a battle and win it. I could go into a Dessa field, purchase a relic, get into a fight with my big ship over here. I don't have like this, so he's only going to roll 4 die. There's a decent chance I could actually hit the hive, and then I get 2 points for moving up the supremacy track. If I do that, I could purchase a couple things as well. I could potentially get a couple points from, so I think that's what we'll do. We're going to go to Odessa Field, and I think, I guess this is actually the better one to go. It doesn't really matter at this point which one I go with, because this is literally the end of the game. So so this guy goes into here, pick up our leader. Those are points at the end of the game. And I've got money to spend, so let's pull it back out a little bit here. So this is the one I want. It costs credit in anything, and then this one is an ice in anything. It does come in damaged, unfortunately, which is -2 points. So it's like it gives me nothing basically to go up that. It gives me a point. If I get that one at the top, I don't have enough resources to do that. So this one, unfortunately, is also going to come in damaged. So I can't really do anything with those. Huh. The problem is if I use it to go into if I use the spaceship's voyage ability to go into the nebula to pick up that, then this guy can't actually join the battle because he doesn't have that voyage. So I'm not going. Oh, that kind of changes some things. So I don't think, I'm going to double check on those relics. I don't think I get points for those if they're damaged. No, I guess actually, after checking, I actually would get those points. It's 5 if I get 2 relics. Minus, I'll lose 2 anyways just from it being damaged, and I don't have any good way to repair it. I kind of want to just get into a fight and gain some coins off of it, or I mean, gain something off of it. Well, I picked up the leader from over here, but let's just end it. We'll go over here, and I can spend any 2 resources to get 3 cards. We'll spend this ice and a credit. Maybe it'll give me something worthwhile. So I'll spend my moon off to get that other one. We'll get 3 cards. Plan your turn when you're not in battle. Activate one of your undamaged commerce modules. Play when you return to station. We're not going to be return to state. Play on any player's turn when you take damage. Prevent it and any other damage you would take for the rest of the turn. I mean, I don't really see much point in this one, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways. So I can spend that to get another credit back. And then we'll go into battle because that will move his pieces in. Not that it really matters too much. Now, if I defeat the Void Drake, I could get an extra movement up the green track. And just for fun, let's just go ahead and now if we fight the Void Drake, it moves my piece out, so it wouldn't even do a battle. So we will do the hive because I want to do one last battle for the end before the end of this. So he's going to move in here. This trade ship's going to move in here. I forgot to give him his leader. Let's go ahead and do that. Markers over there. Okay, so we've got 6 against. Now it is only 4 die for this one, and it's just a measly 1 for him. He does also have an extra targeting though, so I've got a total targeting value of 3, and he's got a total targeting value of 2, and the hive does not have any targeting. It's got a targeting value of 1, but it doesn't really count. So 3, 4, and 1. Okay, I see. Oh, I didn't even do that on camera. Oh, whoopsie. I see 3 6s. So I just kind of handedly won that battle. Yeah, he actually would get to re-roll the 1, but the 1's not going to do anything for him. So let's finish it up. He gets this one out of here. The hive, I got the hornet that I'm not going to be able to use because this is the last turn. And then I do go up 1 on the supremacy track. And I think that is that at that point. So now we're gonna add up points. So I'm gonna go over here, and I've got 2 different things that I need to look at for points. We have the one for the players, then we have the one for the Unity. Yeah, let's see. what we got. So the final scoring, pop this in over at the main screen here. I'm going to pull out my little trusty calculator, and we'll just do this all together. Why not? So I'll look at each of these tracks. I've got 12 on the science. I've got 20 on the, I think this is the first time I've actually gotten to the top of a track on a game. I've got 20 on the industry. I've got 16 on the supremacy. And then I've got a lowly 5 on the commerce that never moved up. And I've got a lowly 6 on the civilization. I look at my developments. I've got 1 development, and then I am at the top of that track, so I get 10 points for that. And then I don't have any damaged modules, so I don't lose any points. I don't get a vault bonus. The vault bonus is what you get if you go up that commerce track and you hit those little marks. Luckily, neither of us got that, so that's great. I don't have any civilization modules. I do have 2 leaders. And I don't have any other faction scoring abilities. So with 71 total points added to my 56, I ended with 127. This is actually one of the lower scoring games for me. So I'm going to put my marker. I wish these had a 100 marker on the back of them. Maybe one of these is supposed to signify 100 because they are slightly different. But I'm just going to put it on the 27 to indicate that I'm at 127. So let's go over to Unity. And Unity, we'll score the tracks the same way. So they got 8 on the science. They got 9 on the industry. They got 10 on supremacy, 8 on commerce, and they got 7 on civilization. And then their developments, they do have 2 developments. So for the factory, they got to level, they're still on level 1, so they only get 5 points for that. And on the city, they are also still at level 1, so they only get 5 points for that. And let's see, we got damage. They don't have any damage. They get 2 points per moon that they acquired. They've got 4 of them, so they get 8 points for that. And then discovery and supremacy tokens, they get 3 points for those. Oh gosh, they got 3, so they get 9 points for those. They don't get the vault bonus, luckily. They do get, oh, I forgot to add my relics. I'll do that in a moment. They do get, let's see, 1 victory point per leader. So they still have their 5 starting trader leaders here, and then they've got 2 additional ones, so they get 7 for that. Okay, I don't believe did they get any relics? I don't think they took any of the relics. I don't believe they took any relic tokens. Okay, so no relics. So they got 76 total, plus their 48, which puts them at 124. So luckily, very luckily, we still managed a victory. Let's figure out, I would have gotten an additional, I only ended with 1 relic at the end of that, so I got an additional 2 points for that. It's 2 points for 1, it's 20 if you get 5. So I actually ended at 129. All right, jeez, man, that was a bit difficult to do on the camera, but I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff. I know I missed a couple of those last doomsday clock things on my guy, but it wasn't enough to go all the way up, and I wasn't spending credits. I got to hit it 1 time during the game, which is fair. It's a pretty big bonus getting to go up 3 on 1. Somehow that kind of worked out for me towards the end on battles. I was really falling behind early, stressing, and then somehow was squeaking that out. I probably messed up a lot of rules. Feel free, absolutely feel free to put all of that in the comments, anything that you see that was incorrectly done. Really appreciate, though, if you guys stuck through this whole video. I know it was kind of messy, and I kind of keep backtracking things that I was missing. There's a lot of little components to keep up with. Hopefully this kind of gives you an idea, though, what it's like to play the solo opponent. And I hope you found it somewhat enjoyable. I know there's a lot of just hard little decisions that have to be made. And I try to voice out my thought processes as much as possible. So hopefully that was a little bit entertaining. But anyways, guys, thank you so much again for stopping by and watching this full playthrough of the solo version of Andromeda's Edge. I really like this game a lot. So it's just so much fun. If you enjoy this kind of content, a couple of those little free clicks on the screen, it really helps support out channels like mine. I appreciate it so much when you do. But as always, do what is right for you. And until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your evening. Take care. Bye-bye.